Welcome back, subscribers and friends here on Richter's Reviews. I tried to upload a video earlier today. It didn't work out too well. Um, Sorry about the lighting in here. Is during the night, so during the night I don't have very good lighting, so you really can't see really well on there. But basically wanted to come on here and do a movie review. I was going to do Friday the 13th 3 and then follow up with Friday the 13th 4. Well, I did the videos, and then my computer messed up, and I lost the files. So now I have to redo the whole video. So instead of repeating what I've already said, I'm going to do something that I haven't done, and that is doing a movie review of Night of the Creeps. Now, the 1986 film directed by Fred Dekker, who went on to direct Monster Squad and did RoboCop 3 and did a couple episodes of Tales from the Crypt. Great movie. One of my favorite parts of the film is how a lot of the characters in the film are named after directors. Excuse me, didn't mean to sneeze, but just my nose is running this damn weather. You know, 1 minute it's cold, 1 minute it's hot, next minute it's snowing, next minute it's raining. It's all crazy weather. But anyway, it's how a lot of the characters are named after directors. John Carpenter, there's a character named Carpenter, John Carpenter, George Romero, Wes Craven, Sam Raimi, just tons of them. Now, I thought it was really cool how they just do that little, not spoiler, but like little antidotes and they put in there. That was really cool. Night of the Creeps, the first time I saw this was in 1990. I believe it was around February, March. And so I've seen this movie 29 years, even though the movie is going to be 33 years old. It's a really great movie. The Blu-ray has got, let's see, what the Blu-ray has is, it has a commentary track, 2 commentary tracks, a trailer, deleted scenes. It's got some 5 different documentaries behind making of Tom Atkins. Tom Atkins, I met him in person. He's a really great guy, and he's playing tons of great movies. He played in Maniac Cop, Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch, The Fog. So he's been around, and he's a great actor. One of my favorite parts of the movie is his character, who's a cop. He always says, "Thrill me," which is a really great line, the dialogue that he uses throughout the film. Now, Night of the Creeps is in the beginning of the movie. It throws back from I think it was 1960s, and it plays this, this 1960s music, it was actually 1959, but it plays the 1950s, late 50s music, and these people are all this couple are going over to they go over to where most people go to make out session back in those days. They go over to drive, and they hear on the radio that there's a killer loose, and they end up getting, the lady ends up getting killed. The guy, he ends up somehow there was like a thing that goes flying through the air and lands in the backyard, not a backyard, in the woods, and he goes back to discover what it is, and this glass thing opens and enters his mouth. Now, you find out later what all that's about, but basically, there's like aliens. What you see in the beginning of the movie, where you see these aliens are on a ship, and they sitting arguing, and then they end up hitting the button, and this like container gets flying down through Earth. But you find out later 1980s, that Tom Atkins was the cop that came there and saw that a girl that he really liked getting butchered by this killer with an axe. And it's a really great homage to a lot of films. You got zombies, aliens, and creature features, as well as great actors. You got Tom Atkins, Jason Lively, Jill Whitlow, Steve Marshall. Who else was in this movie? Yeah, there's other actors, but David Paymer actually plays a morgue assistant in the film, and there's a lot of makeup artists who actually played in this. David Miller, a makeup artist, plays one of the zombies in the movie. And but yeah, there's the great makeup effects, great storyline. It definitely has its good moments, and it definitely has its funny moments. Like the one scene where Tom Atkins' character goes to the sorority where all these girls are at, and they're all getting ready for the prom. And he comes in there and he says, "The good news is your dates are here. The bad news is they're dead, because they're zombies, kind of like zombie creatures, because these little slimy things enter their mouth and they control them and they make them want to kill, and then pretty much you shoot them in the head, you axe them in the head, whatever, the things split open and the creatures come flying out." So that's a great film. If you like these kind of films, definitely check it out. If you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend it. Night of the Creeps, as far as for me, on the Richter scale rating, is an 8.5. Would I recommend it? Definitely. Another side note is Suzanne Snyder, who played in Killer Clowns from Outer Space and played in an episode of Amazing Stories and played in Weird Science. She's actually in this film. She's playing one of the fraternity sisters. Also, Lori Lively, Robin Lively's older sister, and Jason Lively's sister, has a part in this movie as well. And Jill Whitlow, you may remember her from playing in Porky's, the first Porky's, and she ended up playing in Ghost Chase with Jason Lively a couple years after this, and she's played in Twice Dead, an episode of Swamp Thing. So she's been in some great movies. And of course, everybody knows who Jason Lively is because of his famous gorgeous sister, Robin Lively, and he played in National Lampoon's European Vacation. He doesn't do too many movies nowadays, but last time I saw him, he showed up on an episode of Dr. Oz, sitting beside Corey Feldman, but that's another story. Anyway, Night of the Creeps is a great homage to the creature features, Alien, and psychopath genre to me, because Fred Decker is a director that directed, not only he did a homage to this, and the very next year he did a homage to the classic monster characters with the Monster Squad, and then he did some episodes of Tales from the Crypt, and then he directed RoboCop 3, and then he pretty much fell off the grid. And to me, he's a director that definitely deserves more attention, because the films that he's done, if you don't count RoboCop 3, the two films that he did really, they really stand the test of time, and they stand out. So that's the good thing. I just wish that he had gotten more directing credits and gotten more respect that he deserved. So yeah, that's Night of the Creeps, and this is the Blu-ray. That's the director's cut. Now, I think you might be able to still get this Blu-ray and DVD. I don't think it's pretty expensive. So in closing, this is Brad Richter. My name is Brad Richter. This is Richter Reviews. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave comments down below if you feel like it, because I always like answering my friends and subscribers' questions, or I always encourage it, and I always enjoy reading them. But before I go, I just want to let you know, hopefully tomorrow I can get another video done. Hopefully this computer doesn't screw up again. But anyway, you have a great rest of your evening, and I will check you out on the next video.